Joining us right now is Brian Hamilton. He's CEO of Sageworks. That's a financial analysis firm for privately held businesses. Brian, thanks for being with us.
Hey, it's great to be here, Michael.
You know, we keep hearing over and over again, if you do this with taxes, if you do that with taxes, the very people who hire folks are going to be the ones in trouble, and the economy is not going to be able to grow. We're not going to be able to recover. What's the real story without the politics?
Okay, here I believe is the real story. First, we need to get perspective. There's 27 million businesses in the country, only 5,000 of which are publicly traded. So the vast majority of companies in this country are privately held, and they create up to 70% of GDP and 80% of new jobs. Now, here's the thing. Let's take all the politics out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing that these people need to be able to do is plan. So if you tell them we're going to go ahead and increase their effective tax rates to 80% or 8% or 18%, or we're going to pass national health care, whatever we're going to do, we need to give them time to plan. Because if we create uncertainty, which is exactly what is happening in Washington right now, they cannot plan. Now, if they can't plan, if they can't do a forecast, remember, these are smart people, they're running businesses, then they cannot plan to hire. And that's another point. We have to all recognize, and I think everybody does, that the most important economic issue in the country is to create jobs. And the people who are going to create these jobs are people who run privately held companies.
We're talking with Brian Hamilton, CEO of Sageworks. That's a financial analysis firm for privately held companies. You know, when I think about this, too, because I just love the whole aspect of small businesses. I just think it's a great topic. One of the things, too, if you sit and think about, we're not talking about 15 or 20 big, huge stores, but let's say somebody's got 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
And they're thinking about expanding.
Right.
They're not going to be able to even plan for any of that. As a matter of fact, if they're starting to get a little bit scared, they might even lay off some people in order to have a little bit more of a financial cushion.
Sure, no question. And also, look, there is some good news here, and it's underreported or not reported, actually. Private company revenues are up, net margins are up, net profits are up. So financially, they're doing okay, but there's so much uncertainty in the market, not fear. Remember, that's sort of patronizing in a way, right?
Yes, it so much is.
Yeah, these people already can deal with fear and risk. It's their entire life. They're not a bunch of pansies or laid-back people who are afraid of taking chances. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of how do I plan for my business? So if I don't know what my tax rate's going to be, okay, that's going to affect my mortgage payment. That's going to affect my kids' college education, i.e., that's going to affect the number of people I'm willing to hire.
And it's also affecting all of the people that you've hired. And their mortgage payments and their college tuition.
Exactly, yeah. So all the fear that was either created or just, came about in 2008 is still there, even in the presence of some good economic data, which, by the way, should not be understated. It's not like the sky is falling. It's not.
Brian Hamilton, CEO of Sageworks. I thank you so much for not blowing smoke, for giving us the true story. It's so refreshing, especially after the week that this country has been through. We sure appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks so much, Michael.